Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Jurasco Hospital Wing at night. I won't tell you that it took me a good couple of minutes to get here because I got lost in the House Jurasco, believe it or not. Having seen some of my shambolic gameplay to this point, maybe you can believe it. Hope everyone's having a good day. Let's give you a quick look at the enhancements, see where we're at. So final change to the shifter tree, we've now picked up the regenerating shift, so we can that's going to help us to make more use of the rages to boost 10 hit points in conjunction with a special item that we're going to do. I've prepared that item for level 20, the earliest that we can have a sentient weapon, so hopefully we're going to get some practice in during the leveling process on the way up to the cap. So of course extra rages, longer rages, more con with rage, extra wisdom, a bit of extra armor class, and more mana. So nice, all things nice to have in the racial tree. Fade Arc tree I've pushed on into the 4th core now. These cores, bearing in mind, they come with 5 force and 5 universal spell power, so that's nice for us. Will be nicer when we switch to the cold druid, because the 2 signature spells really of the cold druid, the ice flowers and the tsunami, both have 50% force damage, so at that point it's going to be important and desirable to have things that boost up the force. And here of course more force spell crit chance, so a nice tree overall for the druid. You've got the greatest colour spray, because otherwise we don't have anything to hold a reaper in our native spell abilities. Some the always on shield is very nice, boost to saves, boost to force crit chance, extra wisdom here for us, not bad at all. Oh, and force and universal spell power in the cores, obviously. So that's where we're at with those. No further changes on the gear. I seem to be playing a level behind at the moment. I'm just trying to pick out content that we haven't done over much of. So although we do have enough here for 17, as you can see, we're going to do level 14 quests that would generally be done at 16. That's why I've kept the 16. For those of you who didn't know, if you're 3 or more levels above the base level of the quest, which in the case of these Age of Rage ones is 14, you start picking up an XP penalty to the experience earned, as far as I'm aware. Also in the maybe didn't know category, I don't think I mentioned, but I'm going to mention it now because I quite like it. The druid, the sorcerer doesn't get this, but the druid, the standard form with the fire druid is that, and I really am not a fan of that. So it's nice to me that the druid gets this feat called Veiled the Elements, given for free when you start being able to use elemental feet, and then you just get this sort of fiery outline, which is quite nice, and you're more or less your normal form. So I much prefer that. I think the only slight thing is it toggles off when you die and you have to put it back on, but it's quite nice to have. Otherwise, spells, yes, I've added Finger of Death. I've put it where I anticipate it being in the bar in the final scheme of things. It is quite expensive, so there is that, but it's also on a 50 already, so 50 fortitude, especially for archers and casters. I think they're going to struggle to make that, so hopefully we can get some mileage out of that. I did struggle a little bit in the what else have I added? I've added that's with a view to the future. We're going, I think we'll be going cold from the next level, actually, from level 17. That's when the druid gets its second elemental form. So doing it this way, I guess I'm delaying by a level the showcasing of the cold druid, but you'll get enough chance to see him as a cold druid. So I'm thinking 1, 2, 3 will be freezing spray for more cold damage, and then the creeping cold and greater creeping cold for use against nasty targets. Okay, but what was I... Oh yeah, struggled slightly in the Grim and Barrett chain, because obviously a lot of those things are immune to fire, aren't they? So I was using the Sunburst when it was off cooldown, and the Flame Strike, being as 50% of that damage is not fire. Just about got by, but it wasn't pretty. Hopefully we can do better than that in this chain. Let's leave it on 2, I think. I've taken Enlarge off some of the spells for now. In fact, off everything that's not an SLA, because we are just as darkness falls. Struggling a little bit with the mana management when I start throwing around the big spells, which are already fairly costly.
The guards or the local shopkeepers may be able to tell you where to find them.
So let's enjoy this. It's going to be our last outing as a fire druid. And as there are no opponents for ages, I shouldn't be doing any short-term offensive buffs.
The manager of the night market stands nearby, peering up at the evening sky. Oh, here for the night market, are you? It's just about time for me to open up. Please, do me the honor of lighting the street lamps. That always marks the official opening of the night market. Oh, this is the best part of the day.
I quite like this little section with the street lamps. I guess it gets old after so many times, but I still quite like it. Oh, we can't unlock that. Okay.
We become something different after dark. Our dull daytime existence ends. Our petty little worries fade with the light.
Fairy fire never gets old.
We see new possibilities. That's what brings people to the night market. That feeling that around the corner or inside some stall, a new life waits for them in the dark. Or, well, who knows? Maybe they just like the food. I do hope that you find what you're looking for tonight, my friend.
So yes, up over 4 minutes on the rage durations now, so that's very nice.
The tavern owner insists that you get rid of
let's
the
make
thugs
sure we
outside
have
the
that.
blazing beacon
Let's
before
do the
you let
lightning
inside.
thing. Let's throw down some nastiness down there. Lovely, okay. Shall we try something like that here? Yep, that'll do. Let's do that again. Very nice. So what are my costs for that? 30 odd and 29. Yeah, not terrible. So the only metas I've got on them are Quicken. And because I looked away, I've now lost the orientation and lost the bloke I was supposed to be talking to.
Rollo agrees to let you into the tavern's side entrance.
So every 90 seconds now, our rages will recharge by one. There's no excuse now for running out of them.
It's where you kiss a man
That's one thing, by the way, I meant to mention. The greater colour spray, let's see if I can show it here. What's the range? See, all those ones at the back got stuffed by it as well. It's got, I didn't know whether it would work, but it seems to me that the enlarge is working, that it's working over a longer distance now. Although, no, enlarge is supposed to be, you're meant to be able to target stuff at twice the range. So I don't know, but the fact that you are allowed to put it on there might mean there's something in that. Because it did seem to be, I mean, I was standing here somewhere, wasn't I, and stuff at the back there got hit, so it's quite a nice cone in front of you, that. I'll take it if it's doing something. Obviously the maximise and empower is only for the Chaos Mancer, Wild Mage types who have the potential for damage with these illusion type spells as well. I think we should try for some crowd control-y stuff down there. Now there is a shrine in here, isn't there? Is there anything actually in here? No, okay. I think we should probably use that on our way back from here. Although there is another one. We'll see how we go on. Managed to snag the Reaper there with the oh, nice little finger of death there. Managed to snag the Reaper with the word of balance, which was nice. Now, a word on the finger of death. When we get into our cold form, I think I might have mentioned this before in passing, we're going to have the Mantle of the Icy Soul, which is the thing that oh, come on, immune, not good. Colour spray or glitter dust for them, and my colour spray was on cooldown sadly for me. Yeah, the Mantle of the Icy Soul, as well as making things vulnerable to your element that previously maybe weren't, it also, when you hit things with a cold spell, -4 reflex and fortitude save. So our Finger of Death should find itself having a much easier time to land. Oh god, there.
Holds up his hand, a strange smile on his face. Wait, do you really have no idea? Do you think that we are the ones behind this? The disciples of rage welcome what's coming, but it's not our doing.
Come on then if you're coming.
We're really here to celebrate.
Actually, we just need to kill the boss here. Right, let's get down to that shrine.
The destroyed the giants has returned. You hear the cries of an angry mob in the distance. A riot has broken out on the streets of the city. Do you hear that? That's the sound of the future. That is the sound of the Age of Rage. The sounds of shattering glass.
I suppose it can be justifiably argued that if I'd have left it on Reaper 1, it would have taken me less mana to kill most targets, and therefore I would have saved the time at the shrine. Okay, let's try and remember the right way.
Something terrible has happened to the residents of this neighborhood.
Now, I'm not going to use the lightning thing here because most of these people you just don't need to do anything. Now, I think there's something up here. Isn't there an... Oh, the lag's got me. There's an optional up here. Is it speak to Fred and pacify the crowds or something? Oh, this lag's terrible now. Oh dear. Hopefully it's going to remedy itself soon. Oh, right back down to the bottom of the stairs. This could be... Oh, I hope it passes reasonably quickly. Oh my god. As you can see, totally unplayable at the moment. Just another example of... I don't know if it's just Orion or if it's DDO in general at the moment. For reference, this is the 13th of October at the time of recording, during the Night Revel event. If this doesn't clear up soon, this is going to be another botched recording. Oh my god.
The Mind Flayer uses his psionic powers to pacify the enraged residents in and around the restaurant.
Oh, hateful stare, get rid of them. Have I gone... No, I haven't. Have I gone the wrong way? I don't think so. I think it's up here, isn't it? You do the little puzzle so you don't get hammered by the poison traps up there. And then we can just sneak on here and not attract that big bruising character. So that fits in well with the path of least resistance. If I don't look round, I won't see him. If I don't see him, he can't hit me. At least that's my hope. I think that's another example of the lag currently afflicting the server. I've seen multiple examples of things, just things not moving at all, opponents. We did have one half decent use of the colour spray there against the eyes, so that was good. I'm hoping that's going to be my shape of things to come. Not the lag, the sort of dealing with opponents. That's how I plan to try to prepare packs of opponents from a distance at the cap. So we're going to hit them with the Ice Storm, which, as mentioned, is going to reduce the reflex and fort saves, as well as slowing them down, and make them vulnerable to cold if they are in fact immune to it. Then Earthquake to knock down, and then Sunburst. I'm going to go for the quicker cooldown, the normal spell, Sunburst. I'm going to pick that one up to blind them all. So that'll be my preparation, and then I'll come in close, because they need to be close, the Cold Druid, and hammer them with my better damaging AoEs. At least that's the hope.
The doors fly open and guards rush out. For a moment you're sure you've fallen. Fury in their eyes and the anger in their voices.
Give them hell.
Rage
I don't know why I threw a finger of death in there, but the whole shebang was fairly impressive, wasn't it? I'll take that. That's the anger of the fire druid. Yeah, there are damage elements to both Ice Storm and Earthquake, but at least on my build I don't use them to do the damage, I use them for the crowd control. The Earthquake on the Blightcaster I think is half decent damager because they get acid damage thrown in there as well as the force or bludgeoning damage. I've always thought it was quite nice how some of the unsung spells, like for instance Contagion, suddenly become extremely effective in the hands of a Blightcaster, so they've given sort of a new lease of life to such things. Like, what's that other one that has a great deal of nastiness in the early levels? It's Spike Growth.
A strange vapor seeps off the streets.
Because the Blightcaster gets extra negative damage and whatnot with it.
According to the healers, rioters treated with this substance will be easier to subdue.
Okay, let's try and make a big group of all this. Yep. Yes, no, maybe? Good. Right, that's the tactic then, to conserve mana. Oh, there's going to be a big group coming here anyway, isn't there? Oh, Exploder, I think that means eyes, doesn't it? So, I'll wait until it has exploded and then hit the colour spray. Now. Right, now we've got to try and block this door up in the most mana efficient way possible. That should last for a long time and slow things down that are coming in, and then as soon as we see them, I guess we're going with the old Ice Storm and Earthquake to stop them. Where are they?
The disciples of Rage urge the crowd inside the plaza to commit greater and greater acts.
Come on, people, in you come.
As you approach, you spot several cultists dashing into the alley.
Waiting for them all to gather up now so we can hit the big firestorm. Come on, let's have loads and loads of people here. Nice. Is that everybody? Nope, still more stragglers out there somewhere. Yep, looks like it. Finally. Yeah, I've got half an eye on the mana bar. It's not looking great, is it? We should go into conservation mode here. So conservation mode would be that, I guess. And using the spell-like abilities. Okay, now we need to do something bigger, don't we? That was pretty good. You should be in your element here, Brian. I'm bean counting the mana. The Druid is actually not too bad at that. Between the Sunburst SLA and the 4 single target ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's obviously a little bit pedestrian, but they're not looking like hurting us, are they?
You all came here seeking a home, cries one of the disciples of rage to the rioters.
Now
But
let's
instead
try
of
and make a
welcoming
bigger
you,
group. I want more than
Stormreach
3
turned
if I'm
you.
going to do a
Time
big
to give this
AoE.
city what it deserves.
Actually, though, if... oh, we've got lag again here. If I leave... I was just about to say before we got crippled by the lag again. If I leave some behind, I'm not going to be able to progress, and they're not looking like following me either, are they? In this pea soup lag. I think I... oh, a Reaper. Oh, crud, wrong key. My word of balance was number 4, and I've just changed it to the Finger of Death, which is obviously useless against a Reaper. So hence that mistake. Please tell me we're not going to have another full load of things to go against. I think we are, yeah. Before we get to the shrine, we've got another complete load of people here.
She turns to greet you as you approach. Welcome! With you here, we can spread the mist more quickly. Join us. Give it a
I did my best through the lag. I don't know. There's an exploder in there. Get him, yes. I think we have got them. On the floor we may be, but we were victorious. Now I was thinking about with my last of my mana just engaging them, but I could quickly run out and then regret it. So I think I'm going to sneak up to the shrine here and try to take that unmolested. We're going to sort ourselves out. Okay. Let's go. Hopefully a few more customers than this. Game, please don't eat my spells. I think it did work. It just kind of delayed a bit. That's the invisibility guard that we've taken from the Fade Arc tree, and that was me remembering that if I want to do a search, I have to toggle my rage off to be able to do such a thing. So I'm getting there slowly. Right, is this the second big area where we have to? I think it is. Okay, let's hold as much as we can. Press the wrong key. We need a big pile of stuff here. Oh, I'm making a right mess of this. So just to reiterate the point I made in an earlier episode, this sleet storm thing, if anybody in your party doesn't have the freedom of movement, they'd be in some awful trouble in all that, because it affects the party as well. So if you're going to make use of this thing, the freedom of movement mass that the Druid does get as a spell is a really nice one to cast at the start, and then you know everybody's got it and you can just focus on doing what you want to do. Nice, okay. Mana's looking alright. Almost there. God, there's a lot of crowns here. Let's try and stay in this mess we've made. Whoa! Nice one. Okay. Not too terrible. I think you can tell from the positioning of all these floating remnants what I was doing for most of that. We'll take that. I thought it went okay. I think this character, I suppose casters in general, but the Druid with the sort of AoE crowd control options it has is very well suited to blocking up a little corridor and just funneling everything in there and hammering it all. Thinking particularly of quests like, is it the Demon... Is it Devil Assault or Demon Assault? The one in Shavarath, not the one in the marketplace. Biggest problem I've had with this one was learning the 3 locations of brawn pits. I think the first one on the aqueduct over there, you can, if you use your backspace, you can see him if he's over there. So I don't think. Oh no, Hill Giant Shaman. No, so he's probably not on the aqueduct. Then there's down by the river, and there's up in the hills, I think. So we're going by the river. I'm surprised we passed that because my concentration is pretty well rubbish. Can't remember at what stage all these decide to start coming and attacking us. I don't play about with all the altars because I don't know what I'm doing with them. I just basically know where Brawn Pits is, and I know where one of the ingredients is for his stew, and I complete the quest. Because I have spent in my past long times wandering around lost in here and eventually gave up. So it's nice to know where the things are. Now there are some... A DDO is very nice here. I could have bypassed a lot of all this rubbish. As it is, I think I won't even try and do invis. I'll try and engage them because I don't want a pile of dungeon alert. Okay. So Firestorm and Flame Strike still doing very well for us until that is we get to that thing. Now what do we do against that? Light, Force, Lightning. Okay. And the rest of you guys, it's going to have to be more conventional. Finger of Death down there. Lovely. Okay, we've got another group here. With some more fire creatures in there. That's the problem with the champions. I tried to Finger of Death that one, and a lot of them have Death Ward, don't they? Come on, what's going on here? Lag? We're going to have to clear out this camp as well, aren't we? And there's a Famine Reaper at the back, so I think we'll get rid of him first. That was the fully meted Word of Balance. Super nice for the Reapers. The single targets I'm mostly playing around with, that was a Finger of Death, but mostly playing around with the low cost, the 3 low cost spell-like abilities. I should actually replace the flame one here with the method. This is going to sound really silly, but I'm going to mention it because it's how I play. I basically 1, 2, 3, 4 are my main attacks that I hover my fingers over. These things out on 8 and 9 don't get pressed very often. So it's a bit of a no-brainer that a fully meted Word of Balance should come before the Produce Flame spell-like ability. In fact, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to move that to number 1 there, because we're not using Freezing Spray at the moment, are we? Okay. So talk to Brawn Pits. So the spear that I go for one of the ingredients, is it a skull spear or something? It's literally retracing our steps back down towards the river. Not going to trigger the lightning storm, because ideally I don't want to attract packs of opponents that I don't have to. Going to check all around here. It's one of these that can be in a variety of places, using the backspace to try and highlight it if it's nearby. Spear with a giant skull. I have highlighted. Oh, it's down there. Okay, can I get across there without attracting any attention? Of course, now the thing to do here would have been to just pick it up and DDO out, but as it stands, I'm going to have to compete with the things that are active around here, including this character. Oh my goodness. Stop doing that. Okay. Yeah, that's the one problem. That's when things start going tits up for me with this build. When things get in close, I have trouble sometimes targeting and triggering my AoEs. I think the thing to do is to target them at the floor, not at an opponent. Because if you target the opponent and that opponent then goes out of your target area, like down the side of you or something, just nothing happens, and it's like a wasted attempt at a spell. But for sure the game will still charge you mana, because that's what the game does. Right, get the stew in the old cauldron. Take a nap in the tent.
You lay down on the bed of
Oh, by
furs.
the way,
Perhaps
just for
oblivion will take
reference,
you
that
from
quest
if
that
you could just
bugged
get
a bit
past the
last
old
time in Mithranor, I played about a bit with the, switching on and off the 4 runes again, and eventually it did let me go on and complete the quest. So less than ideal, but I did at least get to the end. I'm sorry you couldn't see the whole thing, because it's quite an epic quest, that one.
Touch nothing, Bronpitz repeats as he leaves. Get some rest. I'll be back soon.
So there is a shrine there, should we need it. Shall we? I don't want to get... Do these things that are coming, do they maybe pounce on us after a time? They might do. I'm not risking it.
What are you doing here?
The concentration check, as far as I'm aware, is not passable there. It seems to be that no matter how high your concentration is there, you still will end up in a pitched battle. Okay, and this is the moment at which Bronpitz chooses to return, when the battle's over and you don't need any help. Can be some very nice items for this build here. The Wild Frost and Wild Flame are really nice. They're basically all you need for cold and fire spell power and crit, and there's evocation DC as well in there, and insightful power too. They're also a 2-piece set, aren't they? If you get the Giant's Platter shield, you can use the 2-piece set for a little set bonus. Right, fully expect to die in this one. The eyes at the end are just absolutely horrific. Also, I can't open the lock here. Now, I don't know exactly how you go about finding the little pebble thing that ends up getting you through the door if you can't open the lock there. I don't know if you search or if it just suddenly reveals itself if you go somewhere near it. I don't quite know. I'm going to try searching. Ah, there we go. Okay, so it just revealed itself when I was next to it, that I think. Do we have to press it, or what happens now? Oh, okay. I must have missed something there.
You found a way inside the building that's said to house the headquarters of the Disciples of Rage.
Fairy Fire's going to be working overtime in this one, I'll tell you. Without an AoE box breaker, the breakable bonus here, well, actually it's a condition for completing the quest that you get a load of breakables, so without Fairy Fire, I think we'd be in not a very good place for that one.
Beyond the hidden doorway is some kind of fortified area.
Oh, silly boy doing a... What's going on? I think there is some lag which isn't helping me, but even so... Yeah, there's quite a lot of lag which isn't helping me. But word of balance against the bear target doesn't help. I suppose I have just changed that from produce flame, so let's make some allowances. Come on.
Pressure builds behind your eyes as a massive headache sets in. You feel restless and agitated.
Come on. Down we go. Right, let's make use of the lightning here.
Pain courses through your head, and your vision tinges. A burning rage overtakes you. A rage that can only be quenched with destruction.
Yeah, there is still quite a bit of lag here, isn't there? I think we've disposed of all the opponents. Is it still Reaper 2, this? Yeah. How many more do we need? 35. Five. Any more for any more?
Pain subsides,
There we go.
and the anger rapidly fades. You need to finish with the Disciples of Rage quickly, before the madness can take hold again.
Are we going to be able to make a big pile of these things? Yep, okay. Oh, finger of death on the boss. Like it. And there is a chest in here. The mana's looking a bit low, so I think maybe we should... oh, it's a lock thing. I think we should use this. I think I'm just not very efficient at the moment. I'm throwing in AoE spells when it's not always necessary to throw in more than one. Trying to mix in the very cheap Sunburst SLA when I can. Made a mistake there, didn't I? Showing my face when I shouldn't have done. So colour spray, definitely the second best solution versus the eyes. The best one by far is the glitter dust. You just put that down on the ground and they instantly explode, I think. Whereas colour spray, if it's on cooldown, you're in a bit of trouble. So yeah, let's knock them down with standard stuff, and then keep the colour spray for when they actually pop up the eyes. Except now it's on cooldown. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Thank you. Where are we going? There. Got more of the same coming now, haven't we? These can hit very, very hard. Come on. I wonder if Sunburst would do a job on them. Yeah, not bad. Okay. So for those of you not familiar with this quest, it ends up with an absolute pile of eyes here. many more than we'll be able to cater for, so we're just going to get smashed up here. However, we could possibly salvage it by, if you kill the beholder you get the quest completion at least. So if we hammer the beholder first before we ourselves get hammered, that might be a sort of a moral victory.
A strange volume floats over the altar. This must be the book the cultist mentioned. The book is instantly engulfed in flame.
Try and put all the defences we can.
Congratulate yourself on a job well done. The burning tome emits an intense
I think
pulse
I've done
like
everything I
radiance.
can.
The destruction of the book.
Now you've done it. These cultists are quite useful. Lord Billy,
Trying to throw my colour spray in there.
Destroy the headquarters of the disciples of Ray.
Come on, don't die now.
They're linked to the insane Lord of Isles. Let the city still grip the
Wow. Okay. Well, that was one for the
rage remains.
Winter's Heart, wasn't it? Very nice. And that is a particularly nice item, as you can see down there, for any bards. Maybe a storm singer or spell singer that's leveling up. All the sonic stuff, evocation and enchantment for your mass hold and your sound burst and shouty spells and that. Okay. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with the way that went. Many's the time I've been absolutely mashed in there. So, happy days. And that pretty much does it. Don't worry, I'm not going to make you sit through the hours of me trying to get through the maze in the toxic treatment. I don't typically do that one, for those of you who know the chain. I think that'll about do it. It's going along quite nicely, so the next time you see me, I will have transferred to the cold Druid. Be somewhat of a sad goodbye to fire. I've thoroughly enjoyed that, and maybe one day, maybe on a different character, I don't know. Maybe I might try the fire druid and see how it compares, because I'm sure there are different elements there. There's a potential there for like long range alpha strike, which the cold one just doesn't have. So yeah, something to ponder, I think, for the future. Okay, I've waffled on for far too long already. Thank you very much as always for looking, and I'll speak to you next time. Take care.